You're listening to the Confidence Coach Podcast, episode 77, How to Stay Motivated When You Feel Like Giving Up. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. How do we stay motivated to achieve our goals? So many people say, how do I find the motivation? How are you so motivated? And so today I want to just break motivation down and give you some of the tools and strategies that I've used to help me create the motivation. You don't just find it. A lot of times you don't just wake up motivated. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you have that inner motivation, that inner drive that carries you for quite a while, that burning desire, that fire under your ass, like that can carry you for a while. But when that starts to dim, you need to relight that fire under your ass. So how do you create that motivation, that momentum to keep going? And I still have to practice these things on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, because let's be honest, not every day is rainbows and butterflies. It's not. There's just not kitty cats and all these magical fairy things. Like, it's not, every day isn't easy. Some days it's hard. Some days it's hard to get out of bed. Some days it's hard to make yourself work out. Some days it's hard to make those sales calls. Sometimes it's hard to put a podcast up or write a blog or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in your life. Sometimes it is hard. And that's when you have to dig deep and grab those tools out of your tool belt so that you can keep moving forward. And one of the things that I do is I pump myself up. Now, how do I do this? There's a few different ways that I pump myself up and create that momentum, that motivation to get shit done. I was talking about power posing the other day in my free Facebook group called the Badass Village. I'll put the link in the show notes for any of you who want to join that free Facebook group. This month I'm posting daily tips and tricks to help you be more confident in your personal life and in your professional life, in your business life, with your sales, with your money, all of the things. Just giving little action steps every day to help you become more confident in who you are and what you have to offer. So one of the things I was talking about is power posing. And power posing, I think Tony Robbins talks about it. Amy Cuddy talks about it. There's a few other people that talk about power posing. But if you think about it, and in its most basic sense, it is standing with pride, standing with confidence. Whether or not you actually feel confident in yourself or feel motivated or successful or accomplished, this is where that fake it till you make it kind of kicks in. And I don't even really like that term, like fake it till you make it, but you can trick your mind and body into thinking that you are more confident and more motivated than you may be feeling right this second. And so one of the things that I do is power posing. There's several different variations of a power pose, but the one that I find, two of them that I find to be the most helpful. And if you actually scroll down my Instagram feed, you can go find me on Instagram at sasha.davis. You will see me where I'm standing, shoulders back, eyes up, arms straight up in the air with these peace signs. It's like a big, solid stance where I'm taking up a lot of space. That shows confidence. Another one that you can do is stand like Wonder Woman, where you repeat affirmations to yourself. Like, I am worthy. I'm a badass. I make shit happen. I'm successful. I'm accomplished. I'm prosperous. I'm whatever the word is. Say these affirmations to yourself. You can look at yourself in the mirror and it helps pump you up, right? Think of if you were out in nature, if I walked up to you, or if another animal walked up to you and you're sitting, slumped over on a log, kind of shoulders bent inward, your voice is kind of soft, you're just kind of like hemming and hawing, feeling sorry for yourself, that does not create a positive momentum, motivated, confident energy, right? When you look at somebody like that, you think shy, weak, not determined, not strong, things like this. Okay, like they're probably not going to make a lot happen because they're just sitting there literally like a bump on a log. And so your posture says a lot about you and how much shit you can get done and do in a day. And so let's say that we're at that same log. I walk up to you, or, whatever in nature walks up to you, and you're standing there like freaking Wonder Woman. You're looking at me in the eye. You're using your voice without yelling, but it's firm. It's steady. Your shoulders are back. You got a solid face on. You're either smiling or you're looking at me intently or whatever it is. You're not looking down to the ground. You're not looking up to the sky. You're looking at me. Your chest is puffed up because you're proud. You have a proud chest. I always tell people that I work with, show me that you're proud. What does proud look like? And everybody puts their shoulders back and sticks their chest out. That is a proud stance. That is a power pose. You got your hands on your hips, your feet are about hip width apart, and you have a solid stance, right? This shows that you are confident in your ability to do whatever your next step is, right? And you're also in that power pose where if something were to come at you, you would be alert, you would be aware, you would be ready to attack or be ready to pounce or whatever, right? You're in that power mode. And so when you can shift your energy from like, I'm slunked over at my computer and I don't want to do anything or blah, 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 or you're like rolling out of bed and you're like half-assed walking around, shift your energy. Do some jumping jacks. Stand like Wonder Woman. Stand like you're raising your middle fingers up to the air and just say, fuck this. I'm going to make it happen. I'm strong. I'm brave. I'm courageous. I get shit done. And pump yourself up. I always hear people who are like, yeah, I listen to gangster rap. I listen to this music. I listen to that music. Music is great for shifting your energy and creating that motivation, that momentum to take action on your goals. So the next thing that I suggest is find ways to pump yourself up that way too. So there's times where I'll like pace around my house and I'll just be like, all right, I got this. And I'll be jumping or I'll be doing jumping jacks. Get the energy going, get your heart rate up, get yourself excited. Put on a playlist that you just like to jam to and get your head right. Hell, there's even people who will go out there and they'll, drink an energy shot or, drink energy workout, a pre-workout, get yourself pumped up that way too. And I don't recommend like downing a bunch of caffeine. Like I've done that too. And you can totally overdo it on the caffeine where you're just like, go, 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 never stop. And your heart's like going crazy. So I don't recommend usually taking a lot of supplements for motivation. I like to create that inner motivation, that inner drive, that inner fire on my own, because that's going to carry me a lot farther than say popping a caffeine pill. Right? And I used to be a caffeine pill popper. Anytime I felt like lazy or sluggish, boom, pop a caffeine pill. Well, let me tell you, you build a tolerance to caffeine pills over a time, just like anything else, just like drinking, you build a tolerance and it takes more to get drunk or feel drunk. Same thing happens when you rely on a Red Bull or a caffeine pill, or you need to take more and more and more, or you feel like you rely on it in order to make yourself feel motivated. And while that works for some, I have a very addictive personality, so that doesn't usually work for me, because before you know it, I'm popping 6 or 8 caffeine pills, not just one, and that's not really healthy, right? I'm creating bad habits in order to take action, instead of just figuring out what works for me. And so some natural remedies that you can do is there's different oil blends that'll help energize you. Like a very simple oil, like an essential oil that you could use would be like lemon or something like that, right? And you can diffuse this and it has that energetic scent to it where you're like, ooh, yeah, that kind of fires me up. Or whatever scent does it for you. You know, like a lot of times like tropical scents like make people pumped up, or there's certain phrases, there's certain music, or you can even have somebody that is your accountability partner, that anytime you feel not motivated, you have to do something to reach out to them where they're like, hey, you have to get this done or this. These are called promise sheets. I don't know why I just took the long way to explain that, but another way to create motivation is promise sheets. And what this is every day, if you keep a promise to yourself, whatever promise that is, you get a reward at the end of the week. If you do not keep your promise to yourself, you get a consequence. And you have to have an accountability partner for this. Inside my Confidence Academy group, we call this the blowjob promise sheet. And I will tell you why, because it's actually pretty funny. And I like to put like funny spins on things so that you remember it. So you're going to remember the blowjob promise sheet. Totally inappropriate, but whatever. Because we are really, really good at keeping promises to other people, but we suck at making promises to ourselves. So to help light that fire under our ass, create that motivation to get shit done, we keep promises to other people. So what I want you to do is, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy, like just get like a plain piece of paper, and let's say that you're going to work out or you're going to make like sales calls or something like that. So let's go with workout. So every day I'm going to move my body for 30 minutes, or I have to give my husband a blowjob as a consequence. So now, and if you complete every promise to yourself, you get to reward yourself with, say, a new pair of leggings for working out in. Okay. So your reward is new leggings. Your consequence is blowjobs. Now, your husband may be very competitive and try to get you to not work out just so that he can get a blowjob, right? But you're going to keep that promise to yourself so at the end of the week, you can get that new pair of leggings, because who doesn't love new freaking workout pants? I love workout pants. They're like a weakness of mine. I can wear workout pants every freaking day of the week, but I've told myself that I got to dress for success. And so I'm putting on real pants, or real clothes, we'll say, after I work out, instead of just lounging around in workout gear all day, every day. So this works, you guys. Get creative in what your promises are, okay? And you don't have to do blowjobs. I mean, that's just a fun way to look at it, you know, because I personally, I honestly don't know anybody who really likes giving blowjobs. Let's just be honest. I don't know anybody, but if you're out there, message me and let's talk about it, because that's not my favorite thing to do. But let's say on the other hand, like you need to make 5 sales calls every day to move your business forward, okay? So let's say that you have a colleague or a coach or something like that, and your consequence is let's say you're working with a colleague or a coach, okay? And every month you do a 1-hour call with that person, right? A brainstorming call, a coaching call, an accountability call, whatever that looks like, to help you create strategy to increase your profit in your business, okay? That's the thing that you guys are going to do, okay? If you keep the promise to yourself where you make 5 sales calls every day this week, you get a bonus strategy call, right? Or you get that call for free, or you get a dinner date with that person, or an in-person strategy, or you got whatever it is, right? You pick something that would be a really good reward for you. Or maybe you put an extra maybe you get an extra $100 bonus because you give yourself an extra $100 bonus because you made all your sales calls. But your consequence is maybe you pay that person extra if you didn't keep your promises, or maybe you lose your accountability call, or you lose your coaching call if you don't do the shit that you say you're going to do, right? So you keep these promises, you get in the habit of keeping these promises to yourself to create that motivation, keep momentum going. Because sometimes when you wake up and you're like, oh man, I really don't want to do this thing, but I have to because I told so-and-so that I would do this. And if I don't do this, this is my natural consequence. Okay. So start to show up in your life like you would for work. Okay. Just think about it. How are you showing up in your life right now? Would you hire you? Would you work for yourself? If you were the boss and somebody came up that was doing what you were doing today, would you hire them? If you cannot confidently answer yes to that question, you need to reevaluate what you are doing in your life and how you are showing up. And I don't care if this is your personal goals or your professional goals. How are you showing up in your life? Are you keeping promises to yourself? Are you meeting your deadlines? Are you meeting your goals? Keep that as motivation. I think to myself all the time, if I was an employee and I didn't do the things that I said I was going to do today, I would fire my ass. I would fire my ass. But because I'm an overachiever, I usually do more than I say I'm going to do. So my thing is I have to almost like scale back a little bit because I'm a workaholic or recovering workaholic, I'll say, because that's my zone of genius. Like I love working. I love talking about like confidence and overcoming fear and like how to have sales conversations and like all these things. Like I love that stuff. That stuff fires me up. That motivates me to keep going. What's hard for me to stay motivated is stopping and my self-care, my family, bringing joy back into my life. Because when we overdo anything, we suck the joy out of it. Think about it. You can overdose on just about anything. You can work out to the point of injury. You can eat yourself into obesity. You can work yourself to death. You can drink yourself to death. Whatever you're over consuming in your life can be a negative. And this can be the same thing for work. Even healthy habits you can overdo. Okay, so where are you at in your life? How do you need to adjust accordingly? Do a temperature check. Where are you? Do you need more motivation? And in what areas of your life? How can you get more motivated in those areas? How? Pump yourself up. Okay, power posing, good music, exercise, shifting the energy, accountability partners. These things are all crucial in my life to keep me moving forward. Without these simple tools and strategies, I would not be anywhere even close to where I am today. But I have found that when I have invested in myself, which in other words, where I invest in like a coach or a program, something where there's a monetary value, I show up differently. Right? Because for whatever reason, I used to place, and sometimes still do in a sense, money on this pedestal where I'm like, I'm not going to let that money go to waste. I'm going to show up in at a whole new level to prove that I can play at this level. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Like, this is me showing up. Like, I have skin in the game. And so that has also been a motivating factor for me. I try to invest in my health, in my wellness, in my business, in my family, in my whatever it is. I try to create investments in those areas of my life to hold me accountable, to motivate me at a higher level than if I just show up average. I don't ever want to show up average in my life ever again. And take this for what it is. If you're triggered by this, you have some inner work to do, right? But if you're one of those people where you're like, I don't want to be average either. How can I show up at a higher level? Start investing in yourself. Invest in the scary things that you're like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Can I do this? Maybe it's a personal trainer. Maybe it's a financial advisor. Maybe it's a coach for your life. Maybe it's a coach for your business. Maybe it's a relationship coach. Maybe it's a vacation somewhere outside of your hometown. What are you investing in? Time, energy, money, whatever it looks like. How are you investing in yourself and in the relationships around you? That, when you start to have skin in the game, when you start to invest time, energy, money, And when you're so like, I am not going to waste this time, I am not going to waste this energy, I'm not going to waste this money, that in itself is motivation too, right? And these are just daily motivation. I'm not even talking about setting goals motivation. Like there's a whole new level of motivation when you start to actually set concrete goals and get clear on what direction you're going. Okay, so just start to implement a few things into your life that will help create that motivation, that momentum, shift your energy to the positive to keep you moving forward. What action steps do you need to do today to light a fire under your ass? Let's go. It's go time, ladies. You got this. All right. So that's all I have for you today. Those are a few tips and tools on how I stay motivated. If you are looking for motivation, looking for accountability, any of these things, I encourage you guys to come to the Courage Conference Saturday, April 20th. It's from 2 to 5 p.m. in Sioux City, Iowa at the Stony Creek Hotel and Conference Center. We're actually going to have a doctor there speaking on motivation. That is one of her areas of expertise. She studied years of motivation. So she has put together an incredible presentation on how you can work your internal and external motivating factors, and how you can stay motivated to achieve your personal and professional goals. I am so freaking stoked to have her here. It is an honor for her to be speaking at this event. I cannot wait for her to share all of her knowledge, tools, tips, tricks for us, all of us, to stay motivated in our life. So if you guys are anywhere in the Midwest area, I highly encourage you to attend this event. You guys, this is going to be the event of the year. I am so freaking excited. There's already so many incredible women that are going to be there. It's going to be networking and workshops and mastermind, and you guys are just going to have so much fun. Get out of your comfort zone. Come meet new people. Expand your network. Expand your horizons. Really take action on that opportunity that's right in front of you. So if this is something that interests you, head over to sashadavis.com/events. Grab your general admission ticket now. Use code SAVE25 for 25% off. That's SAVE25 for 25% off your coupon code for your ticket. We are currently sold out on VIP, but there is general admission tickets left. So grab yours before those are sold out. Again, this is Saturday, April 20th. I am so freaking excited for this event. I am fired up. I am pumped. I can't wait to see all of your beautiful faces. The link and the coupon code will be in the show notes. Bring a friend. It's going to be a kick-ass day. All right, guys, make it a good day.